Hello there everyone, it's L Trades and this is today's market update. It's been a while. I haven't been, uploading as much, and that's because, as I always say, we're definitely in the bear market, of course, and there's not like much reason to upload every time we start ranging because nothing is going to change, and last thing you want to do is make too many trades and decisions during these choppy times. Anyways, I thought I'd make this video today because there's some really interesting indicators that just turned up, and a lot of interesting macro macro things that we have to go over. So basically, BTC is at 20k. Yesterday, the CPI released. It was 9.1%. The expected number was 8.8%, so it's above expectations, which is actually technically bad. If we go to the SPX, we can see, this is pretty interesting, right around when the CPI got released, a lot of people started buying into the CPI news. Instantly when the CPI got released, the SPX dumped almost over 2% if you include the wicks in 1 hour. Then it retraced, and now it just happens to be here making a small high low, but it doesn't mean much because it's the 1 hour. Nonetheless, it's still ranging. The main point to take out of this, let me just go back to BTC, is that whilst the CPI news was bearish, and even also in a bearish market, the market didn't react that badly. If anything, BTC is up since yesterday. So this is pretty interesting stuff. Now, the priority of today is highlighting something. The Pi cycle bottom indicator has just activated. Pretty much yesterday when we were at around 19 to 20k. Now, if you don't know what that is, that indicator is a formula created by someone with a mixture of different moving averages that predicted, or that told us, the exact bottom of 2018. And I don't know if the chart goes back enough, but it also predicted the exact bottom of one of the other lows. I don't know if this chart goes back enough. Now, there's not that many samples of it, so I'm not going to tell you right now that this is definitely the bottom. But let's think about something. Let's take everything into account and try and find some confluence. And let's also make sure that we don't have too much confirmation bias. Now, BTC, unfortunately, is under the 200-week moving average. It's never actually consolidated under it. It's been below it, but it's never actually consolidated and back-tested it. Look how perfectly back-tested it with a bearish candlestick. It's never done that before. So we're trending new waters. But it's very important to know, and I've been saying this for a while, we should have never gone this far below it, this quick in the bear market. It's important to notice that this is by far the worst bear market ever when it comes to retraces, right? The retraces are absolutely horrible. Now, we know why that is now. It's because even though I will admit that the indicators were showing that BTC was a good 2x or a spot buy around 22 to 22.30, and the reason that it dipped so hard, as we know now, is because 3AC, which is a firm that was holding billions in Bitcoin, got liquidated and forced this candle down. Then we ended up getting, pretty much the lowest daily RSI that we've ever had. We had 4-hour bullish div, and now we're just consolidating. It's also interesting, if you zoom out, now remember this is in logarithmic scale, it's interesting that we have a harmonic pattern, a huge harmonic pattern, starting from the COVID lows, which shows that the PCZ, the price completion zone, the 786, is around 16.8. So 16K, 800, 16,800, whatever. Now, as we know, you don't always have to just start playing the price completion zone. As the last thing you want is you play it and then this goes to the 886, which ends up being, 10K. It's a very big harmonic, so it's more dangerous. But we know that we want to look for confluence, right? And if we have a price completion zone at about 16.8, 16.9, if we have the pi cycle bottom, if 3AC, Celsius, Quan, so lunar, and all of those really, really bad liquidations are out now, and we see that the market hasn't violently reacted to the CPI, then we can unbiasedly say that this is a very, very good area to start buying Bitcoin, especially spot. Now, you can enter your leverage positions. That's not for me to say. But what I would say to you is, imagine you enter at 20K, a 5x position, and then the bottom ends up being 16, maybe 15, and maybe it gets very horrible, and we end up going to the 886, which is, 10K, which could happen. It's just very unlikely from here. So very, very good area to start accumulating BTC. And no financial advice, but I personally am still holding and am adding, if we get back to the 17K lows, a 2x and 3x leveraged long with a target of around 30 to maybe 35. I can only tell on the day that it comes, or the data that presents itself as it comes. So there you go. One very bearish thing is this back test of the 200-week. Last thing you want is another low, and like another lower low and another lower high. You flip the 200-week and it's going to be amazing, especially if you close above it. It's also very important to notice that the weekly RSI is the lowest that it's ever been. Every time the RSI has been this low, you can't see on this chart, but BTC has bottomed. If BTC does happen to actually go up to like 40K, just like from here, or maybe in the next couple of months, maybe even 2023, without going lower, then we will make very, very strong weekly bullish divergence from this low to this low. That is also something indicative, as you see here, and as you see here, it is something indicative of a Bitcoin bottom. So that's very, very interesting as well. Nonetheless, guys, I'll probably be making more videos now. I have a feeling the market is going to start being bullish to the end of this month and August. Whatever comes after that, time will only tell. But I'll probably be doing more of this. I'll probably be streaming again. Depends on how we go. If you have any questions, just chuck it here. Maybe chuck it on Twitter, DM me. I don't go on Discord as much. I do apologize for that. It's because it's been dying, and that's no surprise. It is the bear market. Many people have given up. But if there's one message I want to say is just don't give up. If this was your first cycle, as I always say, you just paid your tuition, you just went to the tutorial, and it only gets good from here. It is very, very, very rarely where people don't make it on their second cycle, especially if they are in a community such as ours, with people who have gone through 2, 3, maybe even more cycles than that. Anyways, guys, this could definitely be our bottom, or at least a local bottom. That's it for today. Good luck out there, and see you next time. Bye-bye.